This meme explains the main problem with conservative Christianity. For those of you that might be vision impaired, it's a tweet from a young Catholic man who says, "My zeal for the Catholic Church is so strong, if Pope Leo XIV called for a crusade, I would be the first to sign up!" To which a wise man responds, "What if Pope Leo told you to love immigrants? Would you do that?" I get the appeal of a holy war, of training and fighting on behalf of your faith. I am literally reading a book on the history of chivalry right now, while I am playing through Kingdom Come Deliverance, so I get it. But despite what the church did historically, Jesus never calls for violence against his enemies. Instead, he preaches a message that is much harder. When Jesus' disciples are arguing about who should be the most powerful among them, Jesus says, "The kings of the Gentiles lord it over them, and those in authority over them are called benefactors. But not so with you. Rather, the greatest among you must become like the youngest, and the leader like one who serves." Rather than power over, Jesus is calling his disciples to use power on behalf of others. Jesus calls us to sacrifice everything that we have for the marginalized. That is way harder than training to murk somebody else. But conservative Christians desperately want power. That's why they made a complete change on the idea of abortion in the 70s. Evangelicals saw it as a political opportunity. That's why so many people who were incensed at Clinton's affair have turned a blind eye to a president who sexually assaults women everywhere that he goes. That's also why extremists on the Christian right bomb abortion clinics and breathe threats against followers of the way. But extremists on the Christian left protest against nuclear bombs and burned stacks of draft cards during the Vietnam War. Progressive Christianity is far from perfect, but in my opinion, it's much more aligned with Christ because it doesn't have to hold on to power so tightly like conservative Christianity needs to.